All right, so I'm going to be doing a YouTube series, small YouTube series of basically setting up your OBS for 2026. A lot of people got new computers, consoles, and stuff like that, and people want to start recording and also streaming. So we're going to dive into OBS, and I'm going to give you guys the best OBS settings for gaming and recording, and also streaming gaming, specifically streaming gaming, and what to look for and whatever. So let's head over to OBS and I'll show you guys the best settings for OBS for streaming games. All right, so this is a blank canvas for OBS. I literally took my OBS and I uninstalled all the plugins. I uninstalled everything that I usually normally use for OBS, and I just cut clean dry, and we're going to start from scratch. We're going to walk you through it. So we are in the settings tab, and the first thing I want to do is let's go down to stream and just make sure your services is hooked up to your Twitch account. If you're doing YouTube, make sure to connect your stream to your YouTube account or your Twitch, or if you're doing Kick, you can also go through that too. There's many different platforms that you can use. If you are doing, I think, Kick, you're just gonna have to do custom and go through into your Kick account and put in your stream account, your server and stream key, and you can be able to do Kick from there. But since we're doing Twitch, which normally everyone is doing, make sure you connect your Twitch. If you're not going to do that, make sure to enable default or recommended server. If you kind of know where you are located and where is the closest server, you can pick between what is here. Since I'm near Virginia, I know the East Coast is going to be my closest server, and then just go into your Twitch account, go get your stream key. If you don't know how to do that, make sure to just type it in Google, and it'll basically tell you how to get your stream key. Over here, there's also a button that basically tells you how to get the stream key from there. Or the best way to do is automatically connect it through OBS to your Twitch, and you'd be set. From here, you also do advanced options. Ignore the streaming service recommendations. You can do this, um, but if you know your specs, your upload speeds, and your download speeds, you should be fine. After this, let's go to output. When you first get OBS, it's going to be in simple mode. Get out of simple mode. Let's go to advanced and let's go through this. Your audio encoder is going to be FFmpeg AAC. Your video encoder, depending on what kind of graphics card you have, if you have NVIDIA or an AMD card, AMD is going to be a little bit different, but it should be relatively similar to what we're going to go through. So do NVIDIA NVENC H.264. Um, Rescaling output. A lot of people do Lancos or Biocubic for upscaling or rescaling. I do disable. I kind of like disable. It kind of gives it a better look on the stream. Here's the nitty gritty. It is the encoder settings. Make sure you're in constant bitrate. Depending on your upload speeds, you want to change your bitrate. Um, the only thing is for Twitch can only handle a certain amount of bit rate before you become like a partner, and then you can upscale it. Twitch only allows, I think it's 6K or 7K bit rate. So let's downgrade it to 6K because I'm pretty sure you can do 6K before you become a partner, and once you become a partner, you can do 8K. You keep frame intervals. You want to either 0, or what a lot of people do is 2 seconds. Your preset, you always want to do it between P3 and P6. If you have a very high end PC or a dual PC setup, you can do it at P7. Um, my sweet spot is about P5, P6. Make sure your tuning is low latency, just so it can get to the Twitch servers as quick as possible. and you don't have any hiccups, you don't have any latency problems or lagging or stuttering with your streaming. For multi-pass mode, make sure it's 2 passes, profile high, and the rest you should be already covered. For recording, it's pretty simple. My recording path is into a certain folder. What I recommend you to do, if you guys are on a single PC, or if you have a PC with multiple different drives, make a folder for your designated clips or your recordings, and make sure that path is to that folder, so you don't have to go around and scavenge through your PC to try to find where you recorded or you did your clips. Make sure your recording format is in MP4. For your video encoder, you can use your stream encoder, but for better quality, you can do the NVENC H.264 or the HEVC. These two are the best. I know the AV1 is supposedly be really good. I really haven't really tested it out, but these two encoders right here are my recommended video encoders for recording. Your rescaling, you really don't have to worry about this, because if you're recording, you're basically just doing what you're recording, the exact thing you're recording. So you don't have to worry about that. For encoder settings, this is where the nitty gritty is. Make sure your rate control is constant bitrate, and a little bit different from your streaming encoder. Your recording encoder can be a lot higher. So the more kilobits you do, the more crisp the recording is, or the crisp the video is. But the higher the kilobytes, the more the file size is of that recording. Um, so make sure you have your bitrate at a good medium, like a good medium, not too high but not too low. So I would say stick between 15,000 and 20,000 kilobytes. And then your keyframe is going to be 0. You want your presets to be as best quality as possible. Your tuning is going to be on high quality, because we want to get the best quality out of the recording as possible. The passing, multi-pass is going to be 2 passes. Profile is going to be high. So that is what you're basically going to be doing for recording. Audio, you really don't have to worry about the audio stuff. Replay buffer. If you guys want to make your own clips, like 30-second clips, 45-second clips, or any kind of clips like that, the best way to do it through OBS is make sure to go to replay buffer, enable the replay buffer, and then set the replay time to how long you want your clip to be. Normally, a lot of people will do 30 seconds to a minute, but a lot of people do 30 seconds, so you can get those really quick clips, and you don't have to go through a minute or 2 minute clip and find out and cut it up into small pieces. You can just use a hotkey, and you can just get 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds instead of one long clip, which can be annoying. I also will show you how to set this up, but if you guys want to do clips, make sure to enable the replay buffer. The audio, make sure your sample rate is at 48 hertz. Your channels is going to be at stereo. Your desktop audio is basically what everyone's going to be hearing through, their phone or their tablet or whatever. This is your main main audio source. So you pick whatever you have. Mine is Steel Series Gaming. And then for your mic, make sure to click whatever mic you're using. The rest, you should be not worrying about it. Make sure your bass and output is basically the same. If you have a lower end PC, I would suggest changing the output scale to either 8624 or 720. if you are streaming and you see that your frames are dropping within your recording or streaming, I would say the next time you're recording or the next time you're streaming, I would say change the output resolution, because maybe your upload speeds are not high enough to output 1080p. So I would just suggest it making it 720p. The only thing I would do is make sure you always have it on 60 frames. That's going to be your smoothest way to view or record is in 60 fps. Now for that replay button to basically make clips and stuff like that, I would say just go down to your hotkeys and then say your replay buffer to a key on your, either if you have a stream deck, you can put it through your stream deck, or even in your keyboard. If you have a mechanical keyboard with many different keys, pick a key that you're never going to use, or you're going to remember while you're gaming to press it whenever you do get like a two piece or a crazy snipe, or a win at the end of a Fortnite win or something like that. Just if you want to make clips real quick, that's how you do it, is you have a hotkey for your clips. For your advanced tab, everything should be fine. The only thing I would say to change is your network. Change it to IPv6 only. By default, it's 4 and 6. Make it to 6, and you should be good. Another thing you should be changing is in your general tab, go to automatic start replay buffer when streaming. Sometimes whenever um I don't stream or whatever, I will enable the buffer just to get clips off of stream. But sometimes whenever I'm streaming, I sometimes forget to enable the buffer, so I can enable clips and stuff like that. So this will automatically, whenever you start your stream, boom, your replay buffer is ready to go, and you can just hit that hotkey, and you can get your clips basically. That's basically the easy part of getting the best settings for OBS in 2026. In the next video, we're basically going to be setting up our webcam, our gameplay, all the different scenes and sources. And then we also might even bring in the vertical cam from Atom or Stream Elements. And I'll show you guys how to set up um, the vertical cam for like TikTok or YouTube's and stuff like that. So as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.